versus Ryan Forsberg. Daniel Caskey's on a straight black-green zombies list. He's very aggressive, you know, Diagraph, Gravecrawler, Cackler, Lotleth Troll, Rancor, Crippling Blight, and Dead Weight. So wow. Everything in his deck costing 21 lands, straight, you know, very straightforward game plan.
Very cool. This is way more of an aggro version of this deck than we've seen. On the other hand, Ryan Forsberg kind of going a little different route. He has the Falkenrath Aristocrats. He has the Lotleth Troll. Not the Lotleth Troll, the Lotleth Troll. So he's more 3-color. His mana is a little worse. His deck is a little slower, but that said, he gets access to things like Bonfire, Brimstone Volley, Dreadbore, all of which he has a few of in his deck. Interesting, though, the 1 Bloodthrone Vampire.
Yeah, he has 1 Bloodthrone, he has 3 Blood Artists. Alright, so Daniel Caskey, so your more aggro deck is on the right. Caskey leads off on a Swamp, followed by Gravecrawler. Ryan Forsberg, his mana looks pretty good. He's going to play a Swamp on Diagraph Ghoul. So I think we're going to see a lot of 1-drops not hitting each other, just attacking to start the game.
Yeah, for sure.
No one really is going to want to trade. The only trade that could happen is a Diagraph Ghoul for a Gravecrawler, and no one wants to get rid of the Diagraph, so I don't see any reason you'd block in any of these situations.
Right. Ryan Forsberg is going to be on the back foot. He is going to be the player playing more defensively in the match, but again, that's just such a trade down that's probably pretty unlikely to happen. Gravecrawler is outclassed so quickly.
Yeah, well, he has, so Caskey shocks himself for Overgrown Tomb. Forsberg does have Blood Artists, which Caskey does not have, and especially in this sort of racing matchup, that can be very relevant.
Right, another reason not to trade. So we'll see what he has for a 2-drop here with his Overgrown Tomb.
My guess is it's a Troll.
Sure looks like one.
He's going to make, Dead Weight.
Okay.
Swing. And post-combat, another Gravecrawler. Great start for Daniel Caskey.
Yeah, really aggro draw. It looks like Ryan doesn't have that much.
No, he's got far too many lands. He has a Bloodthrone, a Messenger. He's going to play the Bloodthrone Vampire out, and then he just has lands, I think.
Wow, so many lands. The Gravecrawler?
Oh, and a Gravecrawler. So this should actually be okay with the Bloodthrone Vampire. Can, in conjunction with the Geralf's Messenger, hold off the Gravecrawlers.
Yeah, that's not the worst.
This turn's going to hurt.
Right.
And
especially
Dragmangler from Caskey. So he's swinging for 7. That'll chop Forsberg down to 11 life.
Yeah, so Daniel Caskey won the play, has the more aggressive deck, and definitely has the draw to back it up here. Yeah. He has 2 cards in hand already.
Forsberg, now with all his colors online, is just going to have to survive here. Geralf's Messenger comes into play, dropping Caskey down to 16, but Forsberg's still in a hole. He's down 11 to 16.
Yeah, and the Bloodthrone will definitely be jumping in front of something.
Right, well, why Caskey has no reason not to swing into it. One of his guys scavenges and the other 2 come back.
Right. Caskey in a great spot here.
Being on the play has really helped him.
Yeah, and I mean, he doesn't have to get his opponent that low because he has 4 Messengers, 4 Aristocrats, 2 Brimstones, and a Bonfire. So quite a bit of reach. A Deathrite Shaman, too.
Mm-hmm. And Caskey will oblige and swing the team. Now remember that Forsberg's ability to counter swing here is pretty real. So Bloodthrone's become a 3/3, Caskey drops to 14. And sacks Geralf's Messenger. It's going to go in front of Gravecrawler. That'll drop Ryan Forsberg down to 6 life on the swing. Gravecrawler goes into the graveyard. Right now, Forsberg only starting to swing back for 5, which is not nearly enough. Daniel will recast the Gravecrawler and follow it up with a Knight of Infamy.
Wow. So really flooding the board here, just wants to run Ryan over. And all of his guys have such utility, too. With the exception of the Knight of Infamy, they all have bonuses when they die. Even though he hasn't found any red mana yet, he only has a few red spells in his deck. 8 red spells in his deck, none of which are in his hand.
Cavern comes down set. Certainly the zombie. Forsberg, if he makes a Gravecrawler, 8 can force by casting Gravecrawler here and pre-combat pumping his guy. I mean, he can eat the Knight of Infamy. But that is not relevant enough, probably, to make that play. If Caskey did not have a Knight of Infamy on that turn, then Forsberg would have a lethal swing this turn. He'd have 9 from the Vampire, Oh, not actually, sorry. That would still be 1-2 fewer. He does not have a lethal swing.
These zombie mirrors are so high velocity. It seems like the games are over so quickly.
The creatures don't block, and
right.
they do attack.
It's all about the life total. You know, it's kind of strange. Usually in the aggro mirror, you want to be attritioning. You want to be the one going big. In this aggro mirror, it really seems like you just want to be the one pushing.
Right. Being on the play seems pretty relevant. I don't see if Forsberg... I don't know if Forsberg can stay alive through this turn.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He's going to have to throw his creatures in the way desperately. Caskey also has a huge advantage just because he has 7 1-mana removal spells. So if you're Daniel Caskey and you didn't draw a spell this turn, I still think you just have to swing with everything. Get as much damage in as you can, deal 4, get Ryan Forsberg to 2. That means so many cards, just kill him.
Alright, so Caskey tapping Swamp here. I don't even know if he needs to be committing another card, but if he has one, sure, you can just go for it.
It might be a removal spell here.
It's Crippling Blight on the Bloodthorn Vampire.
Interesting.
Probably will eat Grave Crawler, but this just... I don't see how he gets out of this.
Yeah, that's really gonna put him down to 1 blocker, and that's representing lethal. He's gonna make Ryan Forsberg have it here, and I don't think he does it. Yeah, he shows the hand of lands. Says, "You got me, man. I drew 4 spells and 6 lands, 7 lands." So, member of Team Fun, Daniel Caskey takes game 1.
Yeah. A pretty excellent draw from there, and that's what you want to be doing in this matchup. You want to be very efficient at attacking. Caskey's deck is better at attacking, and probably does give him a slight edge in this matchup.
Definitely. The Jund Zombies deck, while more powerful, I haven't been impressed with these 3-color zombie decks. They just seem really clunky, and I think going in one direction or the other is definitely better.
Well, to me, it seems like you're trying to adapt from the older zombie pod decks, which were 3 colors, sometimes 4 colors, and very good at it. I don't see a great reason to do that now that you don't have pod. I think you're getting marginal card utility. The card quality is only marginal, and I think you're really giving up a lot in terms of consistency and a good game plan. Especially in a matchup like this, the cards that matter are the Grave Crawlers, are the really low-end cards, are the Grave Crawlers, the Messengers, and those are cards that both people have. You're not really rewarded for adding anything.
Yeah, that's definitely well said. I mean, like, Falkenrath's Aristocrat is good, but why not just play red-black? That way you can have removal, you can have the Brimstones, you can have the Searing Spears.
Yeah.
The green, Lotleth Troll, well, he's just a 2/1.
He's a 2, right. To be fair, I do actually like the green deck in just a straight mirror. I think that's fine. I think you have to pick one, though. The fact that you're trying to do both, to me, isn't what I'd want to be doing.
Right.
Ryan Forsberg does have 1 Bonfire the Damned in the main. He does not have any, he has a second one on the board. That's a card that actually could be very relevant in this matchup. You kind of have to miracle it for it to be relevant, but when you do, it should be pretty dominating.
Yeah, for sure. But if he does draw it in the opener, it's almost definitely going to be dead because he only has 8 red sources. And 8 red sources in a game that's only going to last 5 turns, hard to draw 2 of them.
Right.
So looking at the sideboard, Ryan Forsberg, 2 Deathrite Shaman, those will certainly be coming in. Flames of the Firebrand, that'll certainly be coming in. Rakdos Charm to remove the graveyard, maybe. Golgari Charm to shrivel, probably. Extra Bonfire, probably. The Deadweight, probably. So mostly, though, I would say it's the Deathrite Shaman. That card, as we saw earlier, is so good. So good versus zombies, so good in zombies. Does Ryan Caskey have any?
On the other... Sorry, Daniel. Does Daniel have any?
It's Daniel Caskey, my fault.
For sideboard cards, what Daniel has, he has Victim of the Night, which obviously can't do anything. He does have 2 Golgari Charms, so those 2 will be very relevant. Other than that, he has Skurstug High Priest in his board, which I'm not sure. I think does not typically come. It may actually come in this matchup. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine on the play. On the draw, it's a little sketchier.
Yeah, it's that's the fact that Daniel wants to remain the aggressor in this matchup probably means that you don't want to run a High Priest.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't even know if I would bring it in on the play. His deck is pretty well set up for this matchup anyway.
Cards like Knight of Infamy are pretty weak, so he might look at trying to replace 2 Knight of Infamies.
Right.
Maybe with the 2 Golgari Charms.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, interesting, Daniel Caskey has 2 Ultimate Price in his deck. A card we haven't seen a lot of, but is super powerful.
Yeah, destroys Ultimate Price is a kind of the new Doomblade. It's 1 and a black, destroys a mono-colored creature. And it's actually kind of interesting. In Standard, I think it's a very good card. Actually, in Limited is where it's probably not as good of a card.
Right.
A lot of the best creatures in this format, especially in Limited, are gold.
Right, you still play it, you're still happy to have it, but at
Absolutely.
the same time, it's not a super high pick. It kind of reminds me of Terror from Mirrodin if you've been playing that long.
Yes, that's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, the card, it's one of Black's best commons, but it's no Shatter.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's has been said for the past 8 years.
So certainly no Oxidize.
Yeah, wow. Tel'Gelad Justice, that was a nice one.
It was very nice.
So if you're just joining us, I'm Zach Hall, he's Matthias Hunt. We're watching Daniel Caskey on your right, battle Ryan Forsberg on your left during round 6 of the Star City Games Open Series in Cincinnati.
Looks like Ryan has kept his 7. I do not believe Daniel has.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to 6 right now. Doesn't look too upset about it, though. He knows it's more about who has the fast draw rather than the card advantage here.
Right. Ryan died with a lot of extra cards in his hand. And Daniel didn't need all his cards to win last game.
Right. So here we go. He has his 6. It's not a very happy face, but he's going to try it.
Alright, and maybe another way. Deathrite Shaman leads out for Ryan Forsberg. That card, very strong in this matchup. It eats Grave Crawlers.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs.
Cavern on Zombie into Grave Crawler. And speaking of Grave Crawler.
Daniel Caskey would love to trade that for a Deathrite Shaman, but that's not going to happen.
Right. Forsberg, Ryan even has the option, if he has the green mana, of Tragic Slip, eat Gravecrawler, which he doesn't. So he's going to knock Daniel down to 19, make Overgrown Tomb for Lot Left Troll. So he does have that option. He's opting not to use it right now.
Yeah, probably smarter. He probably thinks he's the aggressor here with the Deathrite Shaman.
And 2 damage in for Dan. Ryan will drop down to 16.
Once again, players in $10 draft number 20. Your event is ready.
Second land, Overgrown Tomb drop puts Daniel to 17. So Cavern's still set to Zombie. For 2, he's going to get his own Lot Left Troll, so fairly similar boards.
Wow.
Yeah, that tragic. Alright, a Dragon Skull Summit. I'm pretty sure that while he has the option, Ryan's going to want to deal with the troll.
Yeah, I think so.
I would probably slip it and eat it.
That's way too powerful of a card to let him untap with it.
Well, with Tragic Slip, if you Tragic Slip it, you're not positive that it's going to stick. But a card like Brimstone Volley really can guarantee it. Alright, first you'll swing Lot Left Troll.
Yep, there'll certainly be no blocks here. And you'll take that 2, drop to 15.
No discards from Ryan. I think he's got to kill the troll. I would go with Brimstone Volley on it. He's debating right now. Ryan Forsberg having all 3 of his colors.
Yeah, the thing about the troll is that Daniel always has to leave 1 up, which in this kind of matchup with the mana curves this tight, he might not always be able to afford to do, but he'll kill it. It's probably the
and
right
he does.
play. I don't think it's mandatory, but
I really like it though.
Yeah.
It's good. Now, the one thing which I don't like about that play is I think if you're going to commit to that play, you should do it pre-combat so you can swing Deathrite Shaman.
definitely agree with that. Because he is not blocking with that.
Cass is going to read that. Yeah, it's good here.
It's a pretty good one. Should probably be in your sideboard, Daniel. Next week, though.
Yeah, if a black-green, I suppose the black-green zombies player is reading Deathrite Shaman, and you're like, huh, well, I wonder whether you have them in your deck.
Yeah. Probably not in hand, anyway.
That'd be a good mind trick.
Yeah.
Ask if you can read it and like,
read it and
you
then
have
slam your own.
I
I don't know if that's considered a slow roll or not.
It's a hilarious roll, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Gravecrawler swings in. puts Daniel back in the lead 15-14, though probably temporarily.
Yep, very
Third
temporarily.
land, Daniel takes 2, goes to 13. And will make Geralf's Messenger 13-12. Daniel now leads.
I miss shock lands. Shock lands are just the perfect land. It's so nice to have them back in standard.
Now, if he can kill the Geralf's Messenger, he can stop it from undying. He does have another Brimstone Volley. I think he's gonna make that play. So Ryan shocks himself down to 10.
Up and here we go.
Brimstone Volley, the Geralf's Messenger. When he tries to untie, he's going to eat it. And Ryan will go back up to 12.
Humph.
And lot left Troll. It means 12-11. Game is back in favor of Ryan Forsberg.
Do you want to just start calling it Lol Troll, see if it catches on? Lol Troll.
Lot left.
Lol
Troll.
Lot left.
Yeah,
troll.
Lol Troll's better. I like
Troll.
that. I could go with that.
You know, eventually we can shorten it to like Lol Roll.
Troll Roll.
Lol.
Troll lol. Alright.
Eventually you just open your mouth and let a sound like an L come out. Yeah, that's a troll.
Alright. 12-11. Daniel untaps. He actually still has a pretty decent sized grip. Certainly behind on the board. The Deathrite Shaman's really good here.
It is, but at the same time, Ryan is out of gas. I think he has 2 lands left in his hand, and that's it.
Rancor goes on to Gravecrawler, puts Ryan down to 8.
He's going to try and make a race of it.
So many of Daniel's cards are just really good in this matchup.
Yeah, Rancor is just absurd.
And Rakdos Cackler is going to unleash. So what I think is interesting is I actually, if I'm Ryan Forsberg, stop trying to race here. I think the Troll starts playing defense.
Definitely. Especially if this is a land here. And, ooh, another Troll, so never mind.
Okay, Troll can attack again, I suppose.
I don't even know if it does, though. You might just play Troll, sit back on both, and then,
You can't. Oh, he only has like 1 green source.
Oh.
So by casting Troll, he will not be able to gain 2 life. He can shock by exiling Brimstone Volleys, which is good too.
Not as good as gaining life here, though.
Probably not.
So yeah, Ryan Forsberg kind of constrained by his mana here, and you know, we see, even though he's playing so many dual lands, he has 5 lands in play, this 3-color mana base is still coming back to bite him.
Well, he's had to shock himself a lot of times.
Right.
Alright, and he's going to cast a lot with Troll. His last card is Tragic Slip, which can be used to once during the attack step to slip Daniel's attacker, to slip the Gravecrawler, eat the Gravecrawler, and therefore not let avoid 1 turn of Rancor hitting, if he needs to do that.
Yeah, Daniel with 2 cards in hand. Not sure what they are right now.
Ryan has no green open, so he can't killing Gravecrawler this turn. If Daniel has another zombie, Ryan cannot really feel good about killing Gravecrawler.
Right. So Daniel looked like he was about to say go, but thinks better of it. He's attacking.
And it's interesting enough that, yeah, the Cackler is unleashed. He's debating.
It's like a half swing there.
Yeah,
the old
there's
pump
the fake out.
Trying to get a read on Ryan Forsberg, maybe.
Well, what I would like if he attacks is the Troll to block and kill the Gravecrawler, and then to leave Tragic Slip up for when Daniel tries to re-rank or something. He's going to go the other way. He's going to take the 4, maybe?
That's an awfully risky play, but...
I think he's going to burn the Tragic Slip right now.
I see. That makes sense.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's possible.
I'm not sure what the right line is there. That's kind of a tough combat phase.
Yep. And he's going to eat the Cackler.
So Ryan takes 0 damage there, but is out of cards.
Yeah, he still does have the Deathrite Shaman, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
The problem, this was the problem, is that now Gravecrawler and Rancor will be back online.
The very next day.
I would love to be at 4 life and have that Tragic Slip in my hand.
Right, because that way you could eat the Gravecrawler, you could start gaining that life back. And he should Rancor it now. I don't think there's any reason not to.
You don't want to let Ryan draw a removal spell.
Right. Maybe he's holding up a removal spell himself.
Yeah, he's passing
ultimate price, maybe?
He's going to drop Daniel down to 7 by exiling the Tragic Slip.
Wow, and Daniel's thinking on the end step, so he must have some sort of instant here. Oh, it's probably a Golgari charm. He would have used that.
Oh, wow, that would be quite the card if he had that.
Yeah. I can't imagine he would have let that perfect opportunity pass him by, though. We'll see.
And a land drawn by Ryan Forsberg. I think the correct play for Forsberg, well, he can't kill Caskey yet, so the correct play is probably just to pass. Maybe swing one troll. Yeah, actually probably swinging one. I don't even know if swinging one. I like swinging one troll. Maybe one troll too many. He's going to go with it. It's close. This is it, because now he threatens. He definitely threatens lethal. Caskey drops to 5. Ryan really just needs to survive this turn.
Right. We'll see if he can do it. Golgari Charm would be good, but I don't think he has it. I think he would have, well, he couldn't cast it through Cavern, but Cavern could have cast Gravecrawler, so unless it was a mistap, he doesn't have a Golgari Charm.
Correct. Well, actually, sorry, Daniel Caskey doesn't, yeah, he has 2 in the board, which we presumed he's boarded. We actually haven't seen that yet. He's going to Crippling Blight the untapped Lawless Troll.
Okay, that's a start for Daniel Caskey.
The Rancor will be 1 short if he's gonna, unless he has another Rancor. And even so that swings 6. That will drop Ryan to 2.
Wow, what could Daniel have here? He can't say go. He's dead if he says go.
Registration is $10 or just $5 if you.
Well, the Gravecrawlers can't block, so he'll make sure.
Yep. Okay. No, Daniel doesn't have it. He's gonna scoop to that line.
Just making sure that Ryan remembers to use his Deathrite Shaman. Well, definitely smart to make.
Well, no, maybe Ryan, if Ryan were to gain life off Deathrite Shaman, then he'd be wrong. So that seems.
That's true too. I mean, there's no reason to scoop there. You might as well say go. Make your opponent at least double think himself. Say, okay,
right,
well,
like,
why is he scooping?
He needs to prove that he's gonna just go for it.
Right. Show me that he can do that. So going to game 3, Daniel Caskey on your right, Ryan Forsberg on your left, the Zombie Mirror. In terms of sideboarding, I wonder if Daniel goes back to the board for anything here. That
I mean, the 2 Golgari Charms still seem great to me, but none of the rest. I mean, it's not Termon's Crypt or Duress or Victim of the Night, certainly not. But Skursdag High Priest is the only other thing you could think about, and I really think this is the wrong matchup for it.
Right. Maybe because he got beaten so badly by that Deathrite Shaman, maybe he thinks that Skursdag High Priest, maybe he should bring it in just to have some creature that can go over the top of it.
I'm not totally sure that Skursdag High Priest is too much of a card right now. When I'm thinking about it, the fact that these newer zombie incarnations can't sacrifice their own cards very well,
right,
means that Skursdag High Priest is actually somewhat hard to activate.
Yeah, I might be thinking in circular logic here. It might be better for him just on the play to stick with his 1-drop, stick with his aggro plan.
That would be my inclination for him to do that.
He is going back to the sideboard, though, so he's at least going to make Ryan think about it.
And that's often a good move. Not letting your opponent know whether you've sideboarded or not is good.
Right. And he just gave a little shrug, like he wasn't about to sideboard. Yep, he's not sideboarding. He's not changing anything. Ryan pulling a card to the front. Looks like he's going to swap 1 card. We're not sure what that is, but a minor swap either way. He has a lot more 1-ofs in his sideboard. He has a lot more fine-tuning he can do.
Well, he has Flames the Firebrand with those Deathrite Shamans, Golgari Charm,
Bonfire, Deadweight.
A lot of things that he could do. If he really wants to morph into the control deck, which he might have to on the draw, he has a lot of options for doing so.
Right. And also interesting, he has the 3 Vraska the Unseens, which I don't think are the directions he wants to go in, but
Daniel can swing into them with Gravecrawlers if he wants to, and then just recast them.
Right.
And the card's a 5-drop, which game 1 ended before that turn.
Yeah, I don't think it's smart. He could morph into the control deck here, but Daniel is just way too aggressive for that.
I agree.
And the Team Fun member will be on the play for game 3. We'll be playing against Ryan Forsberg, looking awfully serious there. They both want to win, preserve their top 8 chances. I believe these players are X and 1. We'll double check on that for you. Not too many mulligans this match. I think Daniel went to 6 game 1, and they both kept 7 game 2. We got a lot of that early. Lots of mulligans
Yeah,
early,
we've had our fair share of mulligans today. It's not really to say anything about the format, other than it's just, and I suppose that's how things have happened.
Maybe people are being pretty greedy with their mana bases. But.
Sure. So note these two players are both 5-0. So in typically, even with a very large number of attendance and people in attendance for this tournament, the 7th win should guarantee a spot in the top 8. So this is, top 8 plus -1. That's what they're playing for here. The winner of this will get a chance to play for top 8.
Right. There are very few tournaments where, if you go XO, where X is 2 minus the number of rounds, there are very few tournaments where you're not able to double draw. Usually that happens when the tournament is absolutely capped.
Right, which we are in somewhat that situation here. Even then, it often happens, and it's only draw behavior that stops that from happening.
Right. The only time I personally witnessed it was in the draft challenge back when they used to run those at every Pro Tour. It capped at 128 people, and if you XO2'd, there was a risk you'd get 9th, which I've never seen it besides that one event.
Right, and that happens because a lot of people, after losing the first round of a draft challenge, drop, and then you get more people with wins than should have them.
Right, exactly. So you still think that Daniel Caskey is favored here?
I mean, he's on the play, and I like him a little more in the matchup anyway. So yeah, I would say that he's favored in this situation.
Yeah, it was really only a subpar draw that kept him from winning that game, I think. That, and of course, the death rage.
They're both in it. All right, turn 1, Cavern on Zombie, Diagraph Pool. Pass the turn. Caskey with his 1-drop, a tapped Blood Crypt out of Ryan Forsberg.
Oh, Ryan Forsberg, no 1-drop.
No, but he's not as big. He doesn't have as many of them. He's not playing Cacklers.
Right.
Turn Daniel swings 2 with his Zombie. Makes a Swamp. Will have a play. It looks like he may have 2 plays. Wow. He's going to go Diagraph Ghoul. It's the dreaded triple 1-drop hand. Diagraph Ghoul, Diagraph Ghoul, Diagraph Ghoul.
And they're all ghouls, too.
Oh, man.
That is brutal. Ryan Forsberg did draw his 1 Flames with a Firebrand, but that's going to be
none of them, because
too slow.
none of them are Grave Crawlers.
Right.
Lot Left Troll out of Ryan Forsberg.
Yeah, that is certainly going to block.
Well, the question is, does he have 2 creature spells to discard to it? And would he do it if he has them?
Yeah, I saw it.
I think he would.
At least 1 more Lot Left Troll in his hand. I think this turn he's going to trade with the Diagraph Ghoul, next turn untap.
Well, he's got to hope that there's not a Crippling Blight or Deadweight waiting for him right here. That would just be
game over.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even so, I do think, like I said, I'd make the double discard play. It's really painful to make, and I don't think Daniel's going to give him the option. Yeah, Crippling Blight. This is exactly why Ryan's not favored here.
Right.
I mean, he can't discard to negate this. There's the no block mechanism on it.
Right.
And then the guy will die.
State-based effects would just kill it during the upkeep.
No. It's a 1/1 counter actually. When you discard 2. No, he's a good card. And then a 4/1 drop out of Caskey.
Wow.
For another Grave Crawler. So 1 card left.
Daniel Caskey
dropped a 12.
Almost emptying his hand by turn 3. And that's just a testament to the power of his deck.
Yep. And remember, Ryan can Flames 2 creatures. The Grave Crawler will come back right away. He really needs Pyroclasm here, which isn't in the format, but he does need it.
A lot of really important cards rotated out.
Yeah, it was a Whip Flare would have been the good card right here.
Yeah.
Pyroclasm hasn't been around since something. For a while.
M11, I think, yeah.
I think so too. So, King here, he has Flames of the Firebrand, Tragic Slip, I think another Lot Left Troll. He could trade a Troll with the Diagraph Ghoul and slip and then after post-combat, post-trade, slip another. Yep, I think here's the planning zone. Trade the Troll with the Diagraph Ghoul. Slip a Diagraph Ghoul. So take 5, go to 7. Slip a Diagraph Ghoul, untap Flames the team. And this is Geralf's Messenger. That's just not fair.
Dreg Mangler. That's what this is. He said green-black, and they'll all turn sideways.
Yeah, that can't see it, but off the top of your screen is a Dreg Mangler. Daniel just with a rude series of plays here.
This is just the actual nut draw. You know, it's so seldomly heard of, but this is the nut draw.
I mean, the good news is that Daniel probably can never... Well, he's only 1 lander if he's scavenging the Dreg Mangler, but right now he can't scavenge it.
Right. There it is. The Dregger.
Guys, just the dregs.
Oh, boy.
Alright, well, this is an attack. This is threatening a swing of 11.
Swing for 11 on turn What's this, turn 4?
3. No, 4. You're right, 4. He missed a lander. It's turn 4.
Swing for 11 on turn 4, not bad. Interesting note, this would have been a comfortable turn 4 goldfish for him. So yeah, Ryan Forsberg really has no other options here. Not sure why he's thinking about it so much. He just has to trade away and then slip.
He can block, regen. That's terrible too.
Yeah, I don't think that does it for him. Oh, okay, he had 2 creatures. Yeah, that's definitely the right play then.
And then I think he's going to tragic slip. So he takes 1, 2, takes 9, drops to 3. He's going to have to tragic slip the drag mangler.
Yeah, and Daniel knew it was coming. There it is. Tragic slip. So Ryan being at 3 means he might be stabilizing here.
I mean, very temporarily.
Right, exactly. Daniel
he can
Caskey.
flames 2 of Caskey's creatures, which he's going to have to do. Unfortunately, flaming the Gravecrawler when it can come back. But he's got plays. He's in it.
Yep.
He's still 1 crippling blight from dead, but
that is his only play now, and that's what he'll do.
All right. Ryan Forsberg flames. So the board is a lot left, 4/3 lot left roll versus a 2/2 diagraph pool, but Ryan's at 3 to Daniel's 20. And cast Gravecrawler out of the yard.
Ooh.
Got another 1 drop.
All the 1 drops.
Another Gravecrawler. And he'll pass the turn. All right, Ryan needs another blocker or another kill spell. He does have a blocker.
Deathrite Shaman. Ryan might be crawling back into this game. He has
If
2
Ryan
creatures.
wins this game, that'd be fantastic. Remember, Ryan's mana base is actually pretty. Ryan, all he has in play is a Blood Crypt and 2 Cavern of Souls. So his mana base actually is rather particular about what it's going to let him cast.
Right, especially with that Deathrite
Because
Shaman green
I don't know
activation.
if either of the caverns are set to Vampire.
Ooh, that's right too.
So he's going to play his own Drag Mangler, is it? Yes, he's playing one of his own Drag Manglers and passing the turn.
No.
Daniel's swinging all 3. Well, he's going to block 2 of them, go to 1.
Yep, with the speed that he swung, it really makes me think that he has a Drolf's Messenger here. Yep, there it is. So,
all right.
game match, Daniel Caskey.
That is a very difficult draw to beat. Deathrite Shaman couldn't come down early enough. I think Ryan navigated it very well, but I don't know if there's any stopping that.
No, he did everything he could there. If he had 2 creatures to discard to his Lol Troll on turn 2, then maybe he would have had a shot.